Unit 9, Track 2. Listen to James. Match the sentence halves.
Well, I speak Spanish pretty well, so before I go to college, I'm going to travel around South America. I have an old friend from school in Brazil and a pen pal in Chile, so I have some people to visit. I also want to go and see the rainforest. I'm working in a local restaurant right now, but as soon as I have enough money, I'll book a flight to Rio de Janeiro. I'll spend about a month in Brazil, then go on to Chile, I think. I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be fantastic. When I'm traveling around, I'll call home twice a week. If I don't keep in touch, I know my parents will worry.
Track 3. Listen to Jesse and match the sentence halves.
I want to do something useful before I go to college next year, so I'm going to work in an old people's home as soon as I finish school. My job is to work with the nurses and help the people get dressed, and I'll go for walks with them. Things like that. The job starts in July, and it's for at least 9 months. I'll also live in the home while I'm working there. I'll work until I've saved enough money for a vacation. I'm going to Florida with some friends after the job ends. I'll need to relax. I won't be tired if I have a vacation before school starts.
Track 4. Listen and compare.
I'm going on safari to Africa.
But what will you do if you get chased by wild animals?
It'll be okay. I'll be in a car, so I won't get chased. But I hope I'll see lots of wild animals.
But what if it's the rainy season?
Don't be silly. I won't go when it's the rainy season.
Oh, but what if there are lots of insects? You hate insects.
I'm going to take lots of insect repellent. It won't be a problem.
And the sun. It'll be so hot. What if you get sunburned?
I'm going to take lots of sunscreen, too. I'll be fine.
But it'll be so frightening. What if you get lost in the jungle?
Look, I won't be alone. I'll have a driver and a guide.
But what if your car breaks down?
I'm sure it won't. And if it does, the driver will fix it.
Oh, but at night? What if you have to sleep in a tent?
I'll be happy to sleep in a tent under the stars. It'll be exciting.
Better you than me. All those wild animals and mosquitoes? Ugh.
Well, I'll love it. I just know I will.
Listen and check. Practice the conversation with a partner.
Bye, sweetie. Have a good flight to Rio. Remember, we're expecting a phone call from you when you get there.
I'll call you as soon as I arrive at Paolo's house.
Good. What time will you get there?
Well, the flight takes 12 hours. If the plane arrives on time, I'll be there about 11:30. Rio time, of course. If you're asleep when I call, I'll leave a message.
I won't be asleep.
Okay. Don't worry, Mom. I'll be fine.
All right. But when you travel around the country, will you remember to call us regularly? Make sure you call twice a week.
Of course. And I'll call you if I run out of money.
Ha! But please take care of yourself. Give my best wishes to Paolo's parents. And don't forget to give them this present when you get to their house.
Don't worry, I won't. Oh, my flight is boarding. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Love you, James. Take care.
Track 6. Listen and check. 1.
I did the dishes last night. It's your turn tonight.
2.
Please tell the children not to make noise. I'm trying to work.
3.
I did my best, but I still failed the test.
4.
I don't know if I want the chicken or the fish. I just can't make up my mind.
5.
My sister's very popular.
She makes friends very easily.
6,
Could you do me a favor and give me a ride to the station? Thanks.
7,
My grandfather made a fortune in business. He's a rich man.
Track 7. Listen and check. 1,
Everybody smile. I want to take a photo of you all.
2,
I know my bedroom's a mess, but don't get angry. I'll clean it soon.
3,
Bye-bye. See you soon. Take care of yourself.
4,
Achoo! Oh dear. I think I'm getting a cold.
5,
The doctor told me to take 2 tablets a day until I get better.
6,
I like Inez very much. I get along well with her.
7,
It takes a long time to become really fluent in a foreign language.
8,
If you don't hurry up and get ready, we'll be late for the party.
9,
I'm going to get a degree in Spanish before I move to Mexico.
Track 8. Listen and check. Ask and answer the questions with a partner. Give true answers. 1,
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
2,
What time did you get to school today?
3,
Do you always do your homework?
4,
Do you sometimes make mistakes in English?
5,
When did you last get angry?
6,
Who usually does the dishes in your family?
7,
Did you take many photos on your last trip?
8,
Do you know anyone who has made a lot of money?
9,
Is your English getting better?
10,
Would you like to get a degree in another language?
Track 9. Listen to a radio program called People and Places. Answer the questions.
Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's episode of People and Places. Now, usually we interview people who have been somewhere interesting, but today we will be talking to people who prefer to stay at home. Nowadays, travel is so cheap and easy that most people have been abroad or are planning to go in the future. So it seems a very strange idea to many of us not to go anywhere. So why don't some people like traveling at all? We find out why. Here I am in Roger and Mary's little cottage in the town of Rockville. Now, you're both retired, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Roger won't go anywhere. Here we are with the time and the money to do things, and I can't get him out of the house.
Now, that's not true, Mary. We go and visit our friends and grandchildren, and we go shopping.
That's not what I mean, Roger.
Why don't you like traveling, Roger?
Well, I don't see the point. I have everything here. We live in a nice part of the world. I love my home. My friends are all here in town. I'm always busy and I never get bored. Going away is just too much trouble. There are delays at the airport. Flights are canceled. It's just not worth it. When you get home, you have a mountain of mail and the grass needs cutting. Anyway, you can see everything on TV these days.
And we couldn't go abroad when we were younger because we had 4 children and no money.
That's right.
But the craziest thing is that he has a travel secret.
Oh, what's that?
Well, when he was a teenager, he was a sailor.
Yes, I was in the Navy for 5 years, and I sailed around the world 10 times. So I saw the world 45 years ago. I don't need to see it again.
I'm now with Anna, who works in a vegetarian restaurant in Brooklyn. So why don't you like traveling, Anna?
Well, I don't like some kinds of traveling because I don't really like being a tourist and visiting famous tourist sites.
Why not?
There are usually lots of other tourists. You can't see anything, and you're destroying the place too.
What do you mean destroying the place?
Well, I've been to a lot of famous places, like the Acropolis in Greece and the pyramids in Egypt, and they have too many people walking on them.
I see. What else don't you like about traveling?
Traveling by plane. It's bad for the environment. I think there are too many people flying to too many places. It's destroying our planet. We should try to take care of what we have instead of trying to see it all before it disappears. But if I tell my husband this, he gets mad. He just wants us to have a vacation somewhere nice.
I'm now speaking to Jean-Claude, a French contractor from Provence. Tell me, Jean-Claude, what is it about foreign travel that puts you off?
It's because France can give me everything I want. Why should I go to another country to have food that isn't as good, museums that aren't as good, and the climate that isn't as good? France has everything. I go skiing in the winter in the Alps on the best ski slopes in the world, and in the summer, when it's so hot, I go to the Côte d'Azur and go swimming in a lovely Mediterranean. What could be better?
But aren't you curious to see the rest of the world? Wouldn't you like to go to the United States, for example?
I love Europe for its history and traditions, its culture and beauty. I don't need to travel so far. And what would I eat in the US? I would be hungry all the time. I have been to Italy once and Greece once. That was enough for me.
And your wife?
My wife needs to be near her mother, so she agrees with me. We stay en France.
So, there we have it. Some like to travel, others can't be bothered. It takes all sorts to make a world. Bye-bye.
Track 10. Listen and check.
You go down the path, past the pond, over the bridge, and through the gate. Then you go across the road. Take the path through the park and into the woods. When you come out of the woods, just follow the path up the steps and into the museum. It takes about 5 minutes or less.